Hello everyone, this is Jack. This episode is about two parts. One is introduce you to our ABT690 benchtop CNC router, and the second is a tutorial for Alpha CNC DSP controller. After you get your machine, you will find the following things in your toolbox. One DSP controller cable, one DSP controller. You need to take those two. You need to connect the cable one end to the controller board inside the control cabinet. You need to open your control cabinet and plug in your control cable into the motherboard. And remember, use the screw to lock down the cable to the control board. Another end of the control cable, you need to plug in this control cable into the DSP controller, and remember to lock this cable to the controller too. Then plug in your power cable. One end to the control box, one end to your power pad. And then release the emergency stop button and open the main power switch and then the inverter power switch. After your machine was powered on, your controller will ask you whether you want to home your X. We choose to home all X and press the green button OK. Now you can see your XYZ X is already back to home. Then you can use XYZ minus M plus to manually control your machine. If you press the emergency button, you can see there is an alarm message on your DSP controller. Then let's fix in the material to the table. But the first thing we need to do is assemble the clamps. Remember to assemble the clamps like what I showed you in this video. And slide the clamps into the T-channel on the table. You need to make sure that you have fixed your material to the table firmly and nicely. Okay, then let's install the tool into the spindle. First thing we need to do is take off the spindle nut on the spindle and choose a correct size collector for your tool, and then insert your tool inside the collector. And then let's screw the spindle nut back on the spindle. We hand tighten it first, then we use wrench to tighten down. we use manual control mode to jog the machine to a start point. And we use this auto to 0 pad on our machine to zero our ZX. Press menu and on and off together. Then your spindle will go down until the cutter touch the auto 2 pad. After we have choose the XY origin, we need to clear the XY back to 0. The way of clear the XY is press on and off with XY go to 0 together. Okay, now we're back to Aspire. Right here, you can create a new file here. And we set the width and height. And right here, let's set up this job. This job is a single-sided, and the width and height we set it to 30. The thickness we set is 10 millimeter. And right here, this is very important, is Z0 position. We set the Z0 position at the surface of the material. So we choose this one, right here, material surface. And XY position we set it to down left corner of the material. So we choose the down left corner here, and we hit OK. After we set up job, we need to import vectors for the program to make the G code. So since we want to make an engraving job, we got tons of design in the software. Down here, the third tab, there is a clip part. So we click clip part, enter here. This is the clip part library. Here you can see there is a lot of designs, very beautiful design. And for this test engraving job, we're gonna choose what about this? We choose a horse to engrave, and you can see this vector, since we import, is a lot bigger than our material. We need to zoom down the grayscale. In the transform objects, right here you can see set selected object size. We'll click this. Make sure you have linked the XY. You set it to 30. The same width and height with our material. I hit apply, and then you can see this grayscale is right here. So we need to move this. We need to move this design to the center of the material. Make sure we select the vector, and right here we align to the material, to the middle. Okay. Now let's make a two paths for this job. Right to the right of the software, right here you can see there is a two path. And let's select the vector first. Then right here you can see a 3D finishing two path. We click this and select the tool. This is a pretty common tool that we use for engraving job, but make sure you check the geometry of this. The tool we use, the diameter is 3.175 millimeter, so this is checked out. And the side angle, the tool we use, the full angle is 30 degrees, so the set angle should be 15 degrees. The tip of the cutter we use is 0.3 millimeter. And right here, check your spindle speed. We hit apply and we hit OK. And right here, you need to choose the limit boundary. There is a multiple choice here, but what I usually like is which I choose the material boundary. And right here, you can rename this tool path. What I call this is testing engraving. And I will hit calculate. Okay, now we finished the calculate the tool path. So then let's preview the tool path. Let's see if we make any mistake on the tool path. So right here, you can see this is a preview tool path. We hit this run button. Okay, now you can see our toolpath makes a great job on the preview. Then let's output the toolpath to our thumb drive and insert to the machine. I'm gonna hit this we hit this Save Toolpath button here. And then we need to choose the post processor. In this list, you can see multiple post processor that we provide. For the machine that we're testing is use a DSP controller, so we need to choose this Alpha CNC DSP A11. We choose this and then hit the Save Toolpath button. Then we select the thumb drive and then we rename this toolpath as ABT 690 and we hit the Save button. Okay, now let's go back to the machine. Now let's plug in the thumb drive into the controller. And then press the run and pause. The machine right now is loading from the thumb drive. We choose the UDISC file and press OK and choose the file that we just added, the ABT 690. And then we set working speed to 3000. And then we set the speed scale to 0.2. And then we press the OK to start the program. Now you can see there is a spindle countdown. This is for the spindle to warm up. Okay, now the machine has made a few toolpaths and the machine looks like working great. And now we need to increase the feeding speed by press the Y plus on the keyboard of the controller. Now the machine is working at 100% of the feeding rate. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.